Hey, how are you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm going to take you on a little test drive and tour on the latest Icon Thriftmaster. It is a 1950. It is built in our new school style, and it's quite fine. It is number 29. Let's hit the road, see what we think. So yeah, it's a really nice looking truck, super classic and clean. It is the new school style, but in this color combination, it keeps the new school quite subtle, so kind of timeless. As I said, it's a 1950. Of course, it's a 5-window. We don't do that many of the 3-window cabs. I dig them, but the visibility in the 5-window is way better if you're trying to look over your shoulder to make a turn. Those windows are your best friend. We painted this one in a Porsche color known as Meteor Gray. Super nice, glossy, kind of charcoaly finish with a very, very fine metallic flake. For the interior, we worked with our new friends again and did the Connolly interior. It's quite lovely. It's called Harg Honey. I wish there was a scent meter on YouTube, and well, you're just gonna have to trust me, so there isn't one yet. But the smell of this interior is phenomenal. We did the square weave rugs. We did kind of a pebbly, various tones of tans and grays, seemed to work well with everything. Alcantara on this one, we did the Terra color, which is sort of, again, like a honey brown. It matches very well with that Connolly saddle leather. For wood, we did quarter sawn white oak in a nice natural satin marine rated finish. So it's just quite nice. Of course, we did our optional tie-down removable pins in the bed. There are 4. Since it's a new school, you'll notice it has the Icon script acid etched into the steel tailgate. It has the center tailgate release, the stainless steel elbow hinges, and the bear claw latches. The taillights are quite lovely. So those are CNC'd with an inboard prismatic CNC'd acrylic lens. So you get a really nice optical effect when the LED turn signals or brake lights, running lights go on. Really like these lights. They're really a beautiful design. Again, because it's new school, it has the Icon New School Thriftmaster side badges. And then same with the front hood center badge with the precision CNC'd Icon lizard. And all of that stuff is traditional show chrome plated, as is the grille and the bumpers. We have the new school PEEP rear view mirrors with the LED indicators that come on behind the mirror when your turn signal is on, which are quite nice. Not that anyone seems to want to give up a lane in California anymore. You have to be super aggressive and just steal the darn lane. Of course, we've got the new school forged aluminum 18-inch wheels. We're rocking the Icon acid etched stainless steel hubcaps. And then what else? On the interior, of course, the same audio we run in all the new schools. So the Pioneer NEX head unit with tetherless CarPlay, navigation, reverse camera, Bluetooth, CD, HD, yada, 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 kind of everything you need. And that's cleverly hidden when you want it to be hidden behind the articulating center dash panel. And it's one tap to drop to access it and control it as you need it, or swing it back up and little magnets hold it nice and quiet and shut it out so you don't have to look at the screen. Just keep it all old school. We have power windows, of course, featuring our analog style cranks with the double tap feature. So that allows you to power both windows down or up by actuating down or up from the driver's side window regulator. It's quite convenient. The seating's the new school style upholstery pattern with that deboss sort of like vacuum indent. It's not a stitch down, it's just a style line. And then that design flows through the door panels as well. New school gauges are designed, built by our friends at Dakota Digital. And those give you 0 to 60, quarter-mile check engine, fuel warning, all sorts of features. Quite nice modern set of gauges that don't really jump the shark because they keep it looking old. All new glass, of course, and process, as always, body. It's an original truck. It was stripped all the way down to nothing. It was media blasted to raw metal, which exposed all of the corrosion and dents and dings that occurred over the decades. We addressed all of those, finished all the steel work, then have the body powder coated in a specialty sort of zinc-rich epoxy powder coat. Then that is followed up by conventional sealer, primer, paint, clear coat, and then the inside of the cab as well as the underside of the fenders and full body tub and inner fender area of the bed sides is all coated in a heat-cured polyurea. Then you have copious amounts of Dynamat lining the roof, the back of the cab, the firewall, the floor, and the interior of the door structures. We did do tinted windows on this truck. It's a pretty mild tint. Works out quite nice. And let's see, Art Morrison four-wheel independent with a strange Dana 60 based nodular third member in the rear. You've got about 3 degrees of rear steering when you really push it hard. It sticks to the road but does not kick your ass, but it certainly ain't no farm truck. Really a fun thing with these Thriftmasters is the chassis engineering and powertrain dynamics are such that it's really more of a sports car masquerading as an old truck. So these are full of surprises and just a hoot to drive. Personally, my favorites when they have the 6-speed manual, but the automatics are quite nice too. So it's a GM 4L65E with our own transmission controller modifications and a couple internal upgrades. Nice overdrive gear, freeway flyer. This engine, of course, is the General Motors E-Rod emissions certified 6.2 LS3, pushing out about 440 horsepower and torque. It's aluminum, it's fuel injected, don't stink, it's quiet unless you stomp the pedal, and just a wonderful, wonderful motor. Looks like GM is discontinuing the LS3 E-Rod, so we're trying to decide if we want to go with another supplier and not do the emission certified version. It's not really required in this truck, but I like it. Or if we're going to evolve to the LT1, LT4 series. So we're going to have to make that decision here in a couple builds because we're running out of E-Rod LS3s. But from what I hear, the LT series is quite nice. People seem to like them. And they got through all the early issues with the fuel system for aftermarket applications. Kind of fun this time that I let my friends at other companies figure that out before we jumped in. So we'll come in late. Benefit from the experience. Sometimes first mouse gets the trap, not the cheese. So as much as I like to keep the company really innovative, sometimes it's not necessarily the best thing to be the very first cat to do so. That four-wheel independent chassis from Art Morrison Enterprises is magnificent. Thick wall, mandrel bent, rails, everything again is epoxy primed, powder coated. You have tunable sway bars. You have nice nitrogen adjustable coilovers. You can modify the stance if you care to. And we've got the Hydro Boosted Icon Brembo brakes. I love me some big brakes. 6-pot in the front, 4-pot in the rear. And then you have the E-Stop dedicated electric parking brake. We've got power door locks, our own proprietary wiring harness. You'll see underneath the driver's seat, we integrate everything. All circuits are clearly marked, all relays, all fuses, every component. And it's all right there, so there's no mystery guessing where the heck this and that fuse panel or access point is, and it takes up what otherwise would have been some dead space. So a really nice solution there. The front seats have independent recline on passenger and driver's side, although it's a bit limited due to the size of the cabin. Those seats also, though, from the recline handles will tuck forward, the seat backs will, that is, which gives you access to a bit of storage in that rear area, as well as we put leather storage compartments in the lower portions of the seat backs. Dead center in the rear is taken up by our base unit for the audio system, but you still got room for a backpack or two, or maybe a duffel behind the principal seats. So that's it. That's all I got. I hope you guys dig this truck. I sure do. Keep in touch. Be kind to others. Be kind to the planet. Follow us on Instagram. Ask any questions. Subscribe. All that self-promotion crap. But there you go. And see you soon.